Hello, I'm the Reddit man. I'm here to give you your daily dose of Reddit stories. Let's switch things up, shall we? Here are 5 stories from r/EntitledParents. M insults me until I pull a new no reverse card revealing that I hold the key to her child's treatment. So this one is a doozy. I never really expected to post here again, especially providing a story of my own. The last time I posted here was when I spoke about my friend being called by an M to rescind her application to Cornell. Quick update, she submitted her application and she still has not heard back. Now into this story, now pertaining to me. I have worked at my local hospital for over 2 years as a high school student. I'm the only high school student to be working as an intern in the surgical research department. Typically, volunteers have to wear a uniform that says volunteer on the top and bottom, but my boss just lets me wear casual clothes. Keep this in mind as I show up to work every day after school, typically in a sweatshirt and leggings. I know it is not the most professional, but I work a desk job in research and only my co-workers see me, who also wear casual clothes. Now let me explain what my actual job description is. As an intern for surgical research, my job is to help determine proper candidates for trials, organize tables, and do statistical analysis on data. I personally find it quite fun, but Excel has been getting on my nerves lately. I can't disclose much, but I have been working on a new project where I have to select participants to participate in a trial to treat disease A. Can't say what it is. The possible participants are all under the age of 13. And I have been reviewing their files to determine who are the best candidates. Also, keep in mind that the parents know their children are possible candidates as they put their children's names in. Now let us get into the M. One day, I was walking in the hallway of the surgical research department with a water bottle because my co-worker asked me to go fill their water bottle. They were extremely busy and never really gave me this task, so I was fine with it. While I was in the hallway, in enters M. She is a total Karen, with blonde hair in a bob, and she is wearing a suit. Basically, she grabs me by the shoulder and pulls me back as I walk by her, causing me to spill the water. I didn't seal it. Whoops. M. Hey. Brat. Why are you here? Me. Excuse me mom. Why are you here? This department is prohibited to hospital workers. M. Looks at me in my full sweatshirt and leggings. Glory, you don't work here. Me. Yes I do mom. I have my badge with me. Pulls out a badge that says my name, has my picture, and says surgical research assistant. M. That is not you. You are committing identity theft. The M proceeds to push me against the wall and snatch my badge from me. Luckily, my boss was walking down the hall and notices this. Boss, lovely person BTW. What is going on here? Why are you here? M. I just caught this rebellious teen pretending to work here. Boss, she does work here. M. And you are? Boss, says name, head of the Department of Surgery. M recognizes her from my boss's picture in the lobby of the hospital and quickly steps back. Boss, now get your hands off my employee and tell me why you are here, because you are not allowed to be here. M. Well, I found out that my child's name is in the disease A participant pool. I just wanted to come here to vouch for him. He should definitely get that treatment. The first thing to quickly explain is that disease A is non-lethal and does not cause pain. It is fairly dormant and not damageable, which is why they let me choose the participants. Boss, I'm not in charge of that study. In fact, says my name is. M literally goes pale. I look at her and smile. Me. Now, what did you say your child's name is again? M literally runs out of the hallway. Trust me when I say I not only removed her child from the pool, my boss gave me the okay, but I also wrote my boss the best thank you note ever. Do I now come to work wearing proper clothing? Nope. Child gets hurt when mother isn't paying attention. Immediately blames me. I was working at a fast food restaurant. It was summer, and we were located right off the interstate. So, it was extremely busy. Now, before I get on with the story, I'd like to say that I would never leave my child, if I had one, to do as they please in a crowded restaurant in a town I was unfamiliar with. The parents were eating their food and letting their kid run around and bother other people in the restaurant. Some left after being told to mind their business and clearly thought it better to drop the situation instead of letting it escalate. Understandably so. That woman was a nightmare. The 2 doors leading into the restaurant can create a pretty powerful suction and can cause them to close fast with a lot of force. I saw the child playing with the doors and kindly told the mother to keep her away from them. She could get seriously hurt if she gets in the way. She rolled her eyes and pretty forcefully grabbed her kid away. Next thing I know, the kid is running after a complete stranger on their way out of the restaurant. The moment the second door opens, the first comes slamming shut and knocks the kid back. In my opinion, she was very lucky her hand didn't get caught in the door. It all happened so fast. I was running around the counter in an attempt to stop her and made it just as she fell. The mother blamed me for not getting to her child fast enough. Had I been paying attention, it would have never happened. I got upset and told her I had already warned her multiple times, but she let her kid wander off anyway. I think she forgot that her child is no one's responsibility but her own. Entitled Mom doesn't take no for an answer. No, ma'am, your kid can't use my tablet. Wow, I did not think I'd ever be posting here, but here we are. Characters: M. Entitled Mother Egg, the beautiful little angel. Aka entitled kid, me, yours truly. TL. Doctor at the bottom. So the deadline for my art project is approaching, and I'm spending more and more time at a cafe, drawing on my tablet. People leave me be for the most part. Some are curious and ask questions, but none bother me too much, until today. In comes M with her little gremlin. The egg immediately starts screaming and running around. Well, she's just a kid, so I can understand that. M, of course, does nothing to calm her daughter. The kid eventually spots me drawing and runs up to watch. She stands there for a solid 2 minutes while the mom is ordering. Her staring does make me uncomfortable, but hey, she's just a kid, so I smile at her and keep drawing. M comes up to us and starts talking to Ek in this baby talk like, look, what is this lady doing? Is she drawing? I'm still cool with it, just a normal parent-kid conversation. It's then that Ek reaches for my tablet to touch it. I don't say anything but look up at the mother, like, get your kid away from my stuff, please. M keeps talking to the kid, oh honey, you wanna draw on the gadget? That's okay. And asks me if her daughter could draw on my tablet. Normally I don't mind people messing around on it, but right now I really don't have time, so I apologize and say, politely, that I have to work. The mother proceeds to argue about why I should let her kid draw, and how it will only take a few minutes, while Ek just stands there glaring at us. I'm not good at saying no, but I decided to stand my ground on that one. Finally giving up, M turns to the kid and says, let's go. This lady is greedy, we don't play with greedy people. The two leave and I just keep drawing, ignoring the stares of other customers. TL. Doctor, M keeps trying to persuade me to let her kid draw on my tablet despite me politely telling her I'm busy. Edit. Kind stranger, help fix my spacing. My kids are not a safety hazard. I work as a server in a cafe/restaurant and this happened to me this afternoon, and I'm still wired about it. Was one of my first up close and personal experiences with dreaded EPs, and I couldn't wait to share it here. So at the time there was only me and one other server working, S, as well as my manager. While I'm on my break, S is taking over the whole floor. It wasn't very busy during this time, so all was good. When I returned from break, two little monsters, a girl and boy, no older than 4 years old, run right by me, and I almost trip on them. I give S a look like WTF, and she mentions how, while I was gone, that these kids were wild. She watched the little girl walk along the window ledge, almost get choked by the cord for the blinds, as well as tear apart all art tinsel decor. She didn't want to mention anything to the parents, because she's a little timid, so, after consulting with my manager, I go up to the lovely Emma and edit, and this conversation takes place. Me, in my best customer service voice, hi guys. I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor and get your kids to sit down for me. Having them run around like this is a huge safety hazard and I don't want anyone to get hurt. Ed, mouth already foaming more than a cappuccino. What the duck? What do you mean? They are not being a safety hazard. That's not a safety hazard. Me. Well, us servers are walking around with hot coffees, knives, dishes, and I just don't want any accidents to happen. Ed, that's not a hazard. There's nobody in here. I've barely seen you guys walk around. That's not a hazard. My kids are not being a safety hazard. You must hate kids. You're just annoyed. That's why you want them to sit down. Me. No sir, I'm truly just trying to protect the safety of myself and all the customers in here, and your kids running around is a huge liability for us. I heard him mumble dumb bitch as I turn around and walk to the back to continue to fondly reminisce on the spankings we got as kids. Asterisk disclaimer, I do not condone any type of physical punishment on kids. The lovely Ed then comes to the counter and demands to speak to the manager, as long as it's not the bitch in the red sweater. Aka me. I overheard him complain about me, the rude bitch who hates kids, only to have my manager tell him the exact same thing I did, while handing him the number to the corporate office, if he's still upset about it. I just can't wait to see the 1-star Yelp review that mentions the dumb bitch waitress who wouldn't let his kids run around in a restaurant. Woman tells kid to steal alcohol for her, throws her car keys at me, and smashes my door. I'm an assistant manager of a truck stop. Most days I absolutely love my job. Yesterday was not one of those days. M equals me, K1 equals 7 years old boy, K2 equals 5-6 years old girl, EP equals Susan. It was slow, a few truckers mad they had to work on Thanksgiving, and a few drunken jerks buying beer and lotto tickets. Then there was Susan. Susan was an older woman who looked like a catcher's mitt and smelled like someone dropped wet cigarettes into used cat litter. She had 2 kids with her, probably grandkids. At first, she didn't come in. She sent her kids in with a wad of crumpled singles and 5s. They picked out drinks and snacks, set them on the counter, then went back and grabbed a case of beer. I jumped from behind the counter, as there is no reason for them to be touching that as minors. I asked them why they wanted beer. K1. Nona told us to get some. She's right outside. M. Well, I'm sorry but you cannot purchase this. I'll ring you up for your snacks and drinks and your nana can come inside and get the alcohol herself. Okay. K2. She's not gonna like that. M. It's not your fault. It's just against the law for me to sell you alcohol regardless of where your parents are. K2. Dad is at work. So is mom. M. I'm sorry to hear that. Sweetie, I'm sure they'd want nothing more than to be here with you now, but I can't sell you this. Please ask your nana to come inside with an ID. They take their bag of snacks and their drinks and go back outside. The kids sheepishly walk up to the car and I can already tell this woman is going to be awful to deal with. The throws her car door open, stands up, yells at K1 and the kid comes back inside. K1. She says it shouldn't be a problem, since she's obviously over 21 and she's right outside. M. Sorry kiddo, that's against the law. If she wants alcohol she has to come inside with her ID. We have to ID everyone who buys alcohol regardless of how old they look. The kids go back outside and she gets more and more irate. The points to the store and the kid comes back inside, walks to the alcohol, grabs a case, then goes to walk outside. I stopped him and told him that he doesn't have to do what she says when it comes to alcohol and asked if their parents would be okay with this. K1. They don't drink. They don't like Nana. Oh fantastic. She finally comes in and I could smell her from almost 10 feet away. Ep. Okay, I'm ducking here. Now jam the stupid beer. Me, not wanting to, but not having much of a choice. Do you have your ID? Ep. Slurring her speech. What the duck? Do I look like a ducking teenager to you? Me. No, you sure don't, ma'am. But it's policy and law. I can't sell alcohol to anyone without an ID. Ep. You waste my time by making me come in here when you know damn good and well the kids aren't drinking it, and I was right outside Indica. Yes, she said Indica. You could see me from here. Point burp. Are you blind? I just want my beer. I'm obviously of age. Burp. What the duck is wrong with you? Throws keys. Me, noticing she is obviously drunk and driving 2 children around as I signal my cashier to contact the police from the back office. You're right, ma'am. I apologize, but the children cannot touch the alcohol. If you would please go to the cooler and pick out your selection, I will work around the ID law. It might take me a few minutes to get around it in my computer. All I needed was a birthday, but she didn't need to know that. I spent a few minutes reprinting receipts, checking shower logs, and apologizing profusely for the delay. Once the cops showed up, I breathed a sigh of relief. They spoke with the kids, Ep, and myself, and Ep threw a fit when they said she couldn't drive herself home, and she kids had to be picked up by one of their parents. She stormed back into the store, knocked over displays, kicked our glass case, and slammed the door so hard into the wall that the door glass shattered. Cops were on her in a heartbeat and the kids' parents were called, and I gave the poor kiddos a Tybini keychain to brighten up their faces. Their dad showed up, and he's a nurse, still in his scrubs. I felt so bad. Some people shouldn't be allowed near children. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you would like more r/entitled parents videos. Also hit the bell to get notified for new uploads.